Ever wondered what it would be like to encounter an immortal being, a creature of the night who survives on human blood? Welcome to the world of Dracula. Our story begins with a hauntingly enigmatic character, a creature born from the fertile imagination of Bram Stoker. This Irish author penned his masterpiece, Dracula, in the late 19th century, drawing on folklore and historical figures to create a character who would become a symbol of horror and fascination for generations to come. Dracula is not merely a character, but an embodiment of our deepest fears, darkest desires, and an exploration into the unknown and the supernatural. The character of Dracula originates from the dark corners of Eastern Europe, a region shrouded in mystery and steeped in ancient lore. The setting of the story, Transylvania, is a place as enigmatic as the Count himself. This mountainous region of Romania, with its eerie castles and moonlit forests, sets the perfect stage for our tale of fear and fascination. The cold, dark nights and the howling wolves create an atmosphere that sends chills down the spine, making the tale all the more enthralling. Dracula is not just a vampire. He is the embodiment of the unknown, the embodiment of our deepest fears. He is a creature of the night, an immortal who survives on human blood. This horrific aspect, coupled with his aristocratic charm and intelligence, makes him a character that fascinates and terrifies us at the same time. Bram Stoker's Dracula is a masterful blend of history, folklore, and the author's own imagination. The result is a character who is much more than just a blood-sucking vampire. He is a symbol of the conflict between the known and the unknown, our rational minds and our primal fears. As we delve deeper into the world of Dracula, we find ourselves caught in a web of fear, fascination, and intrigue. The story transcends its time, becoming a timeless exploration of our deepest emotions and darkest fantasies. Dracula is not just a vampire, he represents our deepest fears and darkest fantasies. Dive into the chilling narrative that has mesmerized readers for over a century. The story of Dracula is a riveting one, a tale that weaves together threads of fear, fascination, and the supernatural. Our tale begins with Jonathan Harker, a young English solicitor who sets out on an assignment to a remote Transylvanian castle, the abode of Count Dracula. Harker's journey to the castle, his entrapment, and the eerie experiences he encounters are the first signs of the horrors to come. He soon realizes that Dracula is no ordinary man, but a creature of the night, an immortal vampire. Harker's daring escape from the castle marks the beginning of Dracula's reign of terror. The plot thickens when we shift from Transylvania to England, where we meet Lucy Westenra, a vivacious young woman, and her 3 suitors. Lucy becomes the victim of a mysterious illness, her health rapidly deteriorating. Despite the best efforts of her suitors and the famed Dr. Van Helsing, Lucy's life hangs in the balance. As the mystery unravels, we learn that Lucy has fallen prey to Dracula, who has made his way to England. He has been visiting her at night, draining her life force, transforming her into a creature like himself. The shocking discovery of Lucy's transformation into a vampire and her subsequent death sends a wave of fear and dread among her loved ones. The narrative takes a darker turn as the group, led by Van Helsing, takes it upon themselves to save Mina, Lucy's best friend, from a fate similar to Lucy's. The race against time, the desperate measures, and the climactic confrontations heighten the suspense and horror of the tale. The plot of Dracula is a masterful blend of mystery, horror, and Gothic elements. It keeps the readers on the edge of their seats, their hearts pounding with fear and anticipation. The twists and turns, the suspense and the horror, all add to the allure of this timeless classic. As the horror unfolds, we're left questioning our own understanding of good and evil. The tale of Dracula is more than just a story. It's a journey into the unknown, a test of our fears, and a reflection on the nature of evil. The characters of Dracula are as compelling as the story itself. Let's start with Jonathan Harker, a young solicitor who unwittingly walks into the lair of the beast. Harker's initial naivety and his subsequent transformation into a man of courage and conviction make him a character we can all root for. As he battles the darkness, both within and without, we see a reflection of our own fears and hopes. Then we have Mina Murray, the epitome of Victorian virtue and innocence. Yet as the story unfolds, we see a strength in Mina that belies her delicate exterior. Her unwavering love for Harker and her fierce determination to save him from Dracula's clutches reveal a woman of extraordinary courage and resilience. Mina is not just a damsel in distress, she is a beacon of light in the shadowy world of Dracula. Next is the enigmatic Dr. Van Helsing, a man of science who also understands the mystical and supernatural. His wisdom, faith, and relentless pursuit of Dracula make him the linchpin of the story. Despite the horrors he faces, Van Helsing remains steadfast, a rock amidst the storm. And finally, we come to Dracula himself, the heart of the darkness. He is not just a monster, but a tragic figure, a symbol of the eternal struggle between good and evil. His insatiable thirst for life and his haunting loneliness make him as fascinating as he is terrifying. Dracula is a paradox, a creature of the night yearning for the light. Each character in the tale is a cog in the wheel of the narrative, their interactions and conflicts driving the plot forward. They are more than mere characters in a book. They are reflections of our own fears, desires, and struggles. These characters, drawn with such depth and complexity, leap off the pages and into our nightmares. Dracula is a tale steeped in themes of sexuality, fear of the unknown, and the struggle between good and evil. It's a story that masterfully intertwines these elements, creating a narrative that's as haunting as it is compelling. Let's begin by discussing the theme of sexuality. Victorian society, the period during which Dracula was written, was known for its rigid social norms and moral codes. The novel, however, subverts these norms through its portrayal of the vampire as a symbol of repressed sexual desires. Dracula, with his alluring charm and power, embodies a forbidden sensuality that both frightens and fascinates. Next, we delve into the theme of the fear of the unknown. Dracula is an outsider, a creature from a distant land, shrouded in mystery and darkness. This fear of the unfamiliar is a timeless human experience, making the novel relevant even today. Whether it's the fear of a new place, a different culture, or an unknown future, we all grapple with the uncertainty of the unknown. The novel taps into this universal fear, using the character of Dracula as a representation of everything that is foreign and therefore terrifying. Lastly, the struggle between good and evil is a central theme in the book. The characters are in a constant battle against Dracula, who represents the ultimate evil. This theme is not just about the fight between the characters, but also the internal struggle within each character to maintain their morality in the face of overwhelming fear and temptation. These themes are woven into the narrative with such intricacy that they become the lifeblood of the story. They aren't just themes. They are the driving force behind every action, every decision, and every twist in the plot. Dracula continues to captivate because it taps into universal fears and desires. It's a tale that not only entertains but also forces us to confront our own fears and desires. And perhaps that's why, even after a century, Dracula remains a timeless classic. Few characters have had the enduring cultural impact that Dracula has. From the moment Bram Stoker's novel was published in the late 19th century, this Transylvanian count has sunk his fangs into the very fabric of our culture, leaving an indelible mark that extends well beyond the realm of literature. Whether we're talking about the suave, sophisticated vampire portrayed by Bela Lugosi in the 1931 film adaptation, or the more recent interpretations that have seen the Count reimagined as everything from a romantic anti-hero to a bloodthirsty monster, there's no denying the enduring allure of Dracula. His influence can be seen in countless vampire stories that have followed, from Anne Rice's Interview with the Vampire to the modern Twilight saga. But Dracula's legacy extends beyond the silver screen and the pages of novels. His name has become synonymous with the vampire genre itself, influencing not just the way we perceive these creatures of the night, but also how we understand concepts like immortality, power, and fear. It's through Dracula that we've come to view vampires as suave, seductive figures who possess a dark, irresistible allure, a far cry from the monstrous, soulless creatures depicted in earlier folklore. And then there are the countless adaptations and reinterpretations that Dracula has inspired. From stage plays and radio dramas to graphic novels and video games, the Count's story has been retold and reimagined in countless ways, each one adding a new layer to the character's rich, complex mythology. Yet, through all these transformations, the essence of Dracula remains the same. He is a symbol of our shared fears and fascination with the unknown, a creature who straddles the line between life and death, between human and monster. He is a testament to our enduring fascination with the dark, the macabre, and the supernatural. Dracula, a symbol of our shared fears and fascination with the unknown, continues to haunt our collective imagination. His legacy, like the vampire himself, is immortal, forever etched into the annals of pop culture, reminding us of the enduring power of a well-told tale and the irresistible allure of the night.